click back and make sure they both on live. Okay, Facebook to
Neath the stones that once was my home, bleach neath the stone that once was my home. Bleach.
Fuck Trump, this for sitting Bull Geronimo. Blast from the past, it's the last of the Taino. Return of the prodigal, pen game bionicle. Writing the King's Chronicle, lifestyle's iconical. Y'all too solid, nigga, you already know. Don't fuck with fuckboys, pendejos, or maricones. Penaki, vominos, crushing mics like styrofoam. Snatching rapper souls and stashing bodies in catacombs. I left the world and I ain't never going back again. Roll with righteous men like General Mahayaman. Taught me to maneuver through bullshit you couldn't factor in. No matter how hard the walk, I'll never pack it in. Untouched in the lions, then battle Leviathan. Cause I ain't never been a homeborn slave or a hireling. Living in Babylon, a concrete Amazon. Slamming Qurans in front of Farrakhan on a Ramadan. It's for you vagabonds, can't touch the air I'm on. I'm tired of you niggas playing dress up, this ain't Comic-Con. That's the type of shit that I'm on. You wanna battle, then I'll do you as the Book of Kisan, motherfucker.
Here they come, here they come, here they come, yo. Here they come, here they come, here they come, yo. Here they come, here they come, here they come, here they come, come, this or that, get with this or that, get with this or that, this or that, this, that.
The black sheep who walk to the beat of a different drum, tune of a different hum, guitar with a different strum. Seen a few days that was looking darker than plums. Cause these crackers try to snatch your soul like Shang Tsung. Fuck the police, sit down for national anthems. Kidnapping the rap game and hold it for ransom. Still one of the dopest MCs that be under the sun. My notes could explode your whole galaxy like a Samsung. Every verse is just monstrous, flowing more than hydrolysis. Walk with a pair of balls that's bigger than hippopotamus. Killing this shit like Spartacus, dead to Remus and Romulus. Taking over your continent, conquering every providence. Rule with an iron rod, totalitarian dominance. Bend the knee or else suffer the consequence. Spit fire like a dungeon dragon. Stay hungry like I came out of land with a famine. Set my own trends, never jump on no bandwagons. Like you corny motherfuckers sporting female fashion. You know, talent having, swagger jacking, lacking passion. Need your ass kicked, ass backwards dabbing. Half-ass rapping, full-fledged faggots. I'm feeding you the maggots after autographing your casket. None of y'all can fuck with the captain. Verbal assassin, toe tagging all of you bastards. Close caption.
Or that, this, or that, get with this, or that, this, or that, here they come, yo. Here they come, here they come, here they come, here they come, come, this, or that, this, or that, this, or that, this, or that.
Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. You can try it if you want.
All right, we're gonna play one more before we get started.
As the angels rejoice, sit back in harmony against the perpetrators, exercise this armory. And I'ma make sure these devils all die. I follow every order, I ain't that Saul guy. Don't be the fall guy, plus them angels walking with me. My niggas warlords, UPK, we undefeated. Run up the scoreboards, when you scared to speak on the shit y'all wouldn't dare say. Just watch the truth get broadcasted across the airways. Created tension by politicians, they on a mission. My ammunition get thrown right at my competition. AR full of attachments, just cop the new stock. Motherfucker, this our corner, go find a new block. Make the niggas think they safe until we come and take. No cowards or no faggots, don't try to infiltrate. When you niggas see us in person, y'all ain't got nothing to say. Don't even bother, just walk the other way. I be walking with them angels, I'm thankful for my blessings. I be walking with them angels, the Lord is my protection. I be walking with them angels. I be walking with them angels. It's wartime. When we get active, that means it's straight business, made different. I love the 40, but this K different. Don't try me, one wrong move will have your face missing. All my brothers raised in the steel, it's like we weightlifting. See these angels be prophecies and heal the blind. Yeah, you got numbers, but your niggas ain't real as mine. Deep on the corner, as we speak about the ending times. The white man, the devil, they gon' die for their endless crimes. They gon' die for the way they treat us, for the way they beat us, the way they made us worship white Jesus. Judgment coming to everybody that participate. The walking dead, we hypnotized in this Christian state. My people waking up, now it's time to rise and watch the lies be revealed right before your eyes. I'm walking with them angels, it's a blessing. I'm thankful for the Lord's protection. I be walking with them angels, I'm thankful for my blessings. I be walking with them angels, the Lord is my protection. I be walking with them angels. I be walking with them angels.
All right, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we are led by the amazing Commanding General YAHANNA. Today is the Houston Wednesday law class. So today we know, of course, and we're going to get into the law. But today we're gonna figure out the motive of Christians, pretty much. The title of the class is Christians agree with some things, but they still don't follow the Most High. And one of those things is, they agree that, there were laws established, and given to Moses, back in the day. So they like to equivocate and put a line between old and new. You know what I'm saying? Like they like to, okay, well, that was the old way of God doing things, but now God has a new way of doing things. Well, matter of fact, before I even get to the scripture, this scripture just popped up in my head. Let me get it for you. Give me Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. Because, Christians like to believe that, the first part of the Bible was, pretty much like the foundation of how, people are supposed to live. And then when Christ came, the whole Old Testament from Genesis to Malachi don't matter no more, because, Jesus came and, pretty much played boss hog and just alleviated everything. All right. Go ahead, read that for me.
Con out of one con. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not.
It says, for I am the Lord. This is the Lord talking. I am the Lord. And they say, who? He what?
Change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
All right. So it says, I am the Lord. I change not. So the same way I've been back in the day, the same way I am now. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. That's why y'all not consumed, because I'm the same way I was last time. And I kept my promise to your forefathers. All right? Your forefathers are the one that were faithful to me. Which, of course, to the Most High. Our forefathers was faithful to the Most High, which gave us that covenant, and gave us that promise to where he won't consume us. So everything that he taught our forefathers, we are still supposed to follow. All right. It be Psalms 147 and 19. You know, now I'm gonna show now this is just going back, to hold on, let me get there with you. This is just going back, to tell you who he gave his law to, and who he dealt with, back in the day. And like we said, the Lord changed not, so he's dealing with these same people from back in the day to now. All right, go ahead and read for me.
Con out of one con. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. I shewed I shewed his word unto Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
his statutes and his commandments unto Israel.
So long. What version of the Bible you reading out of?
Verse 19, sir.
I said, what version?
This is the King James Version,
You
sir.
sure?
I'm sure, sir.
Because mine says his statutes and his judgments.
What up? His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Yeah, you said commandments.
Oh, Salakia, sir.
Right.
Sorry.
You got to read it how
Salakia,
King
sir. I'm
James said.
sorry.
You
I
know what
don't.
I'm saying? We trying to change that also. All right.
Salakia, sir.
So it says he showeth his word unto Jacob. Everybody know who Jacob was. That was Isaac's son. And Isaac's father was Abraham. So when Abraham, listened to the Lord and was going to sacrifice his son, the Lord stopped him, of course. But then he was like, okay, well this man is listening to me. He's following my orders. So I'm gonna bless him. I'm gonna give him a covenant. Like his seed is gonna be good for throughout eternity. So he had Isaac, and Isaac wasn't his first son, but that's a different story. And then Isaac had Jacob. All right. So it says it showed his word unto Jacob. Now Jacob in this context means a group of people. All right. And everybody know Jacob's name was changed to what? Go ahead.
Israel, sir.
Israel. So when it says he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. I mean, he's talking about the same people. He's talking about Israel, which later became the Israelites. All right. So his statutes, his judgments, and his laws from that point was given to that one group of people, that one lineage. All right. Uh, keep going. Let's go to 20.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Okay, it says now. See, when you talk to a Christian, the Christian mindset is that God created everybody. So that means God has to love everything that He created. So that means God has to love the African man. God has to love the Edomite. God has to love the Moabite. God has to show enough love the Ishmaelite. All right. But when we read these scriptures, it says, He hath not dealt so with any nation. You had a question or coming out? Okay. Okay, no sweat. It said, He has not dealt so with any nation. And keep going.
Praise
As for His judgments.
as And as for his judgment, they have not known them.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. So they don't know what's going on. They wasn't taught these things. They wasn't taught this way of life. So when we as a nation go and do the other things that these other nations do, we're in clear violation of the Most High. All right. So we're gonna drop that and we're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 26, verse 46. And I'm gonna get there with you. And this just to further prove that the same thing that we was taught as a nation, what I'm saying, these are the same people that was talking about in Leviticus, now, from Genesis now to Leviticus. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 46. The, these are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Uh, was every nation on the planet Earth in the wilderness?
La sir.
Go ahead.
La sir.
So when we read earlier that he showed his statutes and judgments to Israel, so Israel was the only nation in the wilderness when the Most High was giving this to Moses.
Khan, not one Khan.
You sure?
Khan, not one Khan. It says the Lord made between him and the children of Israel.
Okay, I'm glad you did what you did because you went back to the scriptures. You didn't lean on your own understanding like the Christians do. Because the Christian would have said any fly thing that came out his mouth, his or her mouth. Something that was preached to them and preached to them every Sunday, and then they just regurgitated. You did this. You was like, "Am I sure?" Well, let me. So the scripture says what again?
These are verse 46. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 46. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses.
So that means these laws, statutes, and judgments were exclusive. So that means, if you had, you got kids.
Khan, not one Khan.
So you got son, daughter.
Both, sir.
Okay, you tell your son and your daughter, hey, y'all can go outside and play, but this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to clean y'all room. I need y'all to wash those dishes. Y'all can go outside and play. Don't go past this street. Don't go back. Don't go past this stop sign. And when those street lights click on, I need you to be back in the house. All right. Those are the orders that you gave your children, correct? Now, you expect those things to be done, correct? But it's other kids out there. They out there playing. It's a dodgeball game that's epic that's going on right now. It's a dodgeball game going on. It's a jump rope match. It's a basketball or a football game that's going on right now that the whole neighborhood is talking about right now. The whole neighborhood outside. But then you hear that, and that means them street lights cutting on. They charging up. What do you expect your kids to do? Go ahead.
I expect them to stop what they doing and to come in like I told them to.
But Daddy, I mean, everybody out here.
Them not my children.
But Daddy, it's we winning right now. I'm on the winning team right now.
What did I tell you?
John stay next door to us. He ain't came in yet. His mama ain't came outside. Right. So your rules were exclusive to your children. Same thing with us. These law, statutes, commandments in this Bible is exclusive to us. So matters not what these other nations do. Matter they can eat pork. They can eat crab, shrimp, and lobster. They can have sex with beasts. They can sleep with their sister. They can do whatever they can have at it. But us, as the nation of Israel, we can't do it. All right.
Oh, not one.
So just that was just to let everybody know who these law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave to a people was us, nobody else. So when Christians say that well, God loved everybody and God loved this and God loved that, He created everything, but He still had a favorite. He had a favorite of everything. All right, He had a favorite animal, the lion. He had a favorite bird, the dove. Had a favorite flower, the lily. A favorite smell, frankincense and myrrh. Matter of fact, I need to put some more in there. And it wasn't sage. Because a lot of women they done raised the market on sage because they think that sage is a spiritual deterrent. It ain't you just burning sage. You just having your house smell like sage. That's all. Now, with this frankincense and myrrh, now this is a sweet smell that the Lord said that He like. All right. So give me Deuteronomy chapter 4, and we're gonna start at verse 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye shall do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ver-
Now it says, I didn't taught you some stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Now we not in our own land no more. So wherever we go, we supposed to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. It don't matter if we free or we in slavery. All right, keep going.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for
Uh-huh.
this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
All right, and it says, keep therefore and do them, because this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So when we doing these, and it's evident in history, every time we did what the Lord said to do, we was set on high, like the scriptures say. We was the best everything. But when we falter and when we do what these other nations do, we become part of the gum on the bottom of their shoe. All right. It says, keep therefore and do them. And so it says, keep therefore, what I'm saying? You can keep the law, knowing about it. Oh yeah, we know about it. We know about it, but you have to do it too. Christians know about not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. They know about it. They know it was something that they did back in the day, but to do it is something different. That's what you call faith when you do it. All right. So the Most High is really telling you to, have faith that I got you. Keep therefore and do them because this is your wisdom and your understanding. You don't understand why you don't have coronavirus or monkeypox because you following the law. You're like, well, dang, I wasn't supposed to eat that monkey brain anyway. Dang. That's why he told me not to sleep with another man, because I get the letters and I gotta pay $1,000 a month for medication. That's why he told me not to do that. Okay, I got you. That's the wisdom and understanding. You won't get shot in the streets, or you won't get murdered at a club. You know what I'm saying? Because you out there trying to prove to this man that you can take his girlfriend, and then he get mad and pull out a gun and shoot you dead, all because of your pride. All right, that's your wisdom and your understanding, keeping and doing these law, statutes, and commandments. All right, yeah, just finish it right fast.
which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So when you following the law, statutes, and commandments, these other nations gonna look at you like, dang, like they uh they show a wise and understanding people. Like they showed, like the Lord is showed with them. Like for like man, like matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a example of that, and we're gonna go to Judith chapter 5. Let me see. All right, to give a backdrop on Judith chapter 5. Now this is another nation that wants to go to war with us.
Right.
So one of the generals in that army, he went up to the head dude and was like, hold on, before we go to war with these people, we got to think first. Because so he ended up giving the whole rundown from from Egypt all the way up until the present day. He was like, when these people are going against their God turned against them, and he put them in slavery, and he destroyed them. All right, but if they doing good, you know what I'm saying, he with them. So read Judah chapter 5, verse 20.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So this captain of this whatever, he's telling the head person to, like, if they sinning against their God, hey, yeah, let's mount up and let's go against them, because we gonna win, because their God is not with them.
Right.
After the rundown he gave, you know what I'm saying, after he done told them what happened in Egypt, yeah, they disobeyed God, and he sent them to Egypt in slavery, and then they start doing right. They start praying to their God, and their God stood up for them and destroyed them Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? Because they were doing right then. So now we in the same position to go to war against them. But let's hold on. Let's make sure if they sinning or not. So he say, if they sinning, yes sir, let's go up. Let's rally our troops and let's go get them. And their God is not going to be with them, because we gonna win. All right. Now read verse 21.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
All right, I said, now if there be no iniquity in their nation, so if we as a nation following the law, statutes, and commandments, The Lord is gonna be for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's telling this general or whatever he was, this king. He's like, hey, if they doing right by their God, we need to go on about our business. Leave them brothers alone. Leave them niggas alone. Because they God is gonna be for them and he gonna ride for them. And then they gonna defeat us and they gonna make us a public example in front of the rest of the nations. The mother nation is gonna be laughing at us like, ah, man, y'all mess with them Israelites like y'all got beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all running talking all that noise, y'all coming down the street stomping, and y'all got ran off in front of all the other nations. That's what happens when we follow the law, statutes, commandments. Our leaders now, they don't teach us to do this. They said that first half of the book is over with. From Genesis to Malachi, they don't it's just a formality. It's just part of the book. Don't worry about it. Throw it away because Jesus is all we need, and all we got to do is believe. I can believe I can sit in this chair all day, holding me up, but that might not be enough. I got to follow the instructions that came with this chair. If it was some instructions. All right. So we're gonna drop that, and we're gonna go. Now we're about to get into uh what they say they agree with, but they really still don't follow. When at the end of the day, when you look at it, and that's the Ten Commandments. Every Christian, they will agree, like, yeah, the Ten Commandments. That's the only thing to them that Jesus didn't destroy. The part about the pork and cutting your hair and wearing the fringes. Oh yeah, we ain't got to do that. They can agree that, oh yeah, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal. Yeah, they agree with that. But do you think they still follow it? Do you think they still follow the Ten Commandments? We gonna see. All right, now give me Exodus chapter 20, and we're gonna start at number 2, verse 2.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
All right, so this is the same God that led them into Egypt for one, and then brought them out of Egypt. All right, the same God that Moses was going up Mount Sinai to talk to, to deliver the message back to the people. The same Israelites. All right, go ahead.
Out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
All right, stop right there. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." And let me ask you a question: Do Christians have other gods before the Lord? Go ahead.
Con out of one con, because they believe Christ is God.
True. Well, give me another one. Go ahead.
Themselves, because they selfish.
You got one, Yakubah?
Ishtar.
Ishtar. What is Ishtar?
That's the fertility goddess.
Okay, so how do they worship, or how do they acknowledge
Celebrating Easter.
that God?
Celebrating Easter. I don't want.
Celebrating Easter.
Come.
All right, get that brother a hand. So that's one of the ways that clearly this is violation number one. This is the first one out of the first commandment out of the Ten Commandments. The first one. And you said that they celebrate Easter. And now see that they done got fly now. They don't say Easter, they say Resurrection Sunday. But they still have the bunnies that lay eggs. They still have the candy and spread out over the grass and field. And they still celebrate what they call Jesus' birthday. Well, not Jesus' birthday, but the resurrection of Christ. Nowhere in the Bible it says to do that. Anybody got another one? Go ahead.
Janus, the god Janus, when they celebrate New Year's.
So they celebrate the god of Janus for when?
New Year's.
For New Year's. So, that's when they celebrate. Everybody tune. If you're not in New York, you tune in on TV and they watch the ball drop
right
from the building.
Oh, sir, I'm sorry. I think Janus is Christmas. I'm not sure, sir.
Nah,
I know
you're right.
It's New Year's. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Sir.
That's New Year's. Saturnalia is Christmas. It's about, I want to say, at least 5 different deities or gods that they worship on Christmas.
Right.
One is the Christmas tree. 2 is the oppressor, the Edomite in a suit, jumping down your chimney. First of all, in the hood, we ain't had no chimneys. Well, at least in Texas, we ain't got no chimneys. You ain't had no fireplace. You had to turn the stove on to keep warm. What else? Of course, Saturnalia. I guess that's when it's supposed to be the same amount of daylight as it is nightfall. What else? Even the Christmas wreath that got something to do with it. But then they tied into Jesus' birthday. And you got to show me where in the Bible does it says to celebrate the birth of Christ. Like Christ didn't even celebrate his own birthday. So, anything else on them worshiping? Like we just at the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Go ahead. Yeah, I was waiting on it. Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. Salakia, sir. And they worship women on Valentine's Day.
Right. They worship women on Valentine's Day. And that day has a total different meaning than what they celebrated for. They worship Halloween. And I'm saying, I keep saying Christians celebrate it because they do it at the church. I'm not picking on them saying that they're doing this and as a quote unquote religion. This is what they do.
Right.
You can go to when you're talking about New Year's. What happens on New Year's Eve? Where they at?
At the church, sir.
What did they call it? Night watch or something like that?
Yeah.
What are they doing during December 25th or 24th? They in the church again.
In the church.
They got a nativity scene set up outside somewhere. They got a Christmas tree inside the church. And what else? Yeah, we're gonna drop that because that's clear violation. But the first we ain't got down to the bottom. You at least want to get with number 4. Okay, well, number 4. The first one. Give me Give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 4. And I'm going to further show you, you know what I'm saying, that not only was this in the Ten Commandments, this was just, something to keep you from doing, because that's what they was doing in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? When we become a part of another nation, in bondage or whatever, like, we start to cleave to them. We start doing what they doing. That's why we have a law against getting the edge ups, because it was an Egyptian custom. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because, oh, you think the Most High hating on you because you think you look fly with a taper fade and the edge up. Nah, it's because that was something that those heathen nations did, and the Most High wanted us to keep us strictly away from anything that the heathens did. All right, read that for me.
Khan, not one Khan. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 4. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourself molten gods. I am the Lord your God.
It says, "Turn ye not unto idols." And what your idol is, they bow down to it every Sunday. When they go up to the pulpit, go up to the pulpit and they bow down in front of the pastor. What's behind the pastor? Is it one or two things? What's behind the pastor?
Uh, uh, Salakia, sir, a cross.
Yeah, a big wooden
Cross.
that's behind him, and what else?
Or a graven image of Christ, white Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
It might have a graven image of a white Christ
Right.
on that cross.
Right.
Or they might have a stained glass window of Christ, in the back of them. And that's what you bow down. That's what you bow down to. You may not think you bowing down to it, but that's what you're doing. You're on your hands and your knees in front of a cross, an image. And guess what you got around your neck? A cross. What you got in your ears? A cross. What you got on your lapel? A cross. What rappers and most famous people, what they got? Go ahead.
Khan, I know. Khan, a Christ. What you call it?
What they call the
Jesus
pieces.
pieces.
They either got the Jesus piece, and the people that tattoo it on themselves, they either got a Jesus head, a white Jesus head, or they got the praying hands. Like, all of these are images and idols, man, that we are not supposed to do. All right. It says, "I am the Lord your God." That's all. That's all you need to worry about. All right. Now go back to Exodus chapter 20, and then keep going.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Stop. All right. So, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Read that again.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
All right. We just got to talking about that in Leviticus 19, one chapter before. You shouldn't make any graven image. Just the same thing that they was doing in the wilderness. What did they make in the wilderness? Go ahead.
Golden calf.
A golden calf.
Right.
And that golden calf was one of the gods that they worshiped in Egypt. because that was an Egyptian god. You got to understand that like these other nations, they have more than one thing that they worship. I think Egypt and uh some other countries like they have a god for every day of the week, 365 gods. Some nations they have a sun god, they got a water god, they got an air god, they got a, a earth god, they got a war god, they got like all these different gods that they pray to. They got a money god. And you worship all these gods, And what if what you requesting from these gods when you praying for them? What if they conflict each other? Now you mad at this god because you know he didn't give you the type of money that you wanted. Or you mad at this god because you prayed and you wanted it to snow, but it rained. All right. This says neither make it says or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. So these little butt naked babies y'all be tattooing on y'all selves with angel wings. Well, I ain't gonna say angel wing, with wings, with a bow and arrow. You're not supposed to do that. What else? Some people the extreme tattoo people, they'll tattoo angel wings on their back. And that's another thing that the Christians do. When somebody die, what do they say? Well, I guess my grandma got her wings now. You don't supposed to make any graven images or any likeness of anything that's in heaven above, or what is in the earth beneath,
Right.
or what is in the water beneath. So all these people that make that pay close attention to they horoscopes and they zodiac signs. Oh, I'm a Pisces. So you get a big tattoo of two big fish on your leg or on your back or something. Oh, I'm a Taurus, or I'm a Cancer, I'm a this, I'm a that. And then you log on every day to see what your horoscope say about yourself every day. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to look to the Lord. All right. Um, Drop that. Keep going.
Or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
Lord said he a jealous God. And you sent that bowing in front of that that cross, or you take a trip to Mecca and dance around that rock that they got in the middle of in the middle of nowhere, or you sitting there throwing money at the big fat Buddha in a Chinese restaurant. And that's another thing. That's a lot of people. Oh well, they think they Buddhists because when they think about Buddhism, it's all types of like philosophies and quotes and stuff. And sweet words. To a black person, that's like butter. We love sweet words and stuff that make you think, that make you say, hmm. We love it. So now I'm Buddhist. Now you got the little Buddhist sign around you, and you are not Moab. You're not Moab at all. All right, keep going. Drop down to drop down to 7. So this is the number 3 one.
Verse 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taking his name in vain.
So what does that mean? Go ahead.
It means to say you represent the Lord and do like bad things in his name.
I'll take that. That's because that's right. And I grew up thinking that saying "goddamn" mean you saying the Lord's name in vain. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up thinking like, oh, I can't say goddamn because that's using the Lord's name in vain. But it's exactly what you said. You saying that you love the Lord and you know the Lord, you do this and you do that, and you still do everything against what He say do.
Right.
Uh, like in the Christian church or anywhere that's not, what I'm saying, following these laws, statutes, commandments
Right.
in the ISUPK,
Right.
because churches have crawfish balls and shrimp balls. They put bacon in their green beans. All right, that's totally against what the Lord say do. But you doing everything you say you doing in the name of the Lord is for naught, because everything that you say you doing for the Lord is totally contradictory to the scriptures. And like we read earlier, He changed not.
Right.
He's just giving you a pass with Christ to get yourself together. All right. Uh, go to number 8. Yes, sir.
Verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
All right. Now, when is the Sabbath day? Of course, we know when the Sabbath day, but when is the Sabbath day?
On Saturday, sir.
Yeah,
On
sundown,
the
sundown Friday
Friday.
to sundown Saturday.
Con out of my con.
Right, because the Bible doesn't go off of the calendar or the times that we go off of now. It goes off the original thing.
Right.
All right. So that means a new day started at sundown.
Right.
And a new and the day ended at sundown. All right.
Right.
So because now a new day to us is when the sun rises. All right.
Right.
So knowing that the Sabbath day is, and this is something you can Google. You can put the original Sabbath day in your phone right now, or you can put who changed the Sabbath day, and that's gonna tell you. What's his name? Constantine from the Roman Catholic Church changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday.
Right.
One day off, just to keep you in violation of commandment number 4. And you thinking you doing good going to church on Sunday, got your gaiters on, which is 3-piece suit, got your silk handkerchief, got your big fruit hat with your little skirt on, and you think you doing the Lord's work, singing, dancing, tap dancing all over the place, thinking you got the whole. You think you doing what the Lord sent you here to do, but it's wrong.
Right.
It's in violation. And you think, oh, well, I'm doing it, but you're not doing it on the right day.
Right.
You're not doing it when the Lord told you to. Oh, you can't tell nobody how to worship, or you can't tell nobody else. Well, I can't tell you, but the Bible can. I can just read from the Bible and say, hey, you're supposed to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Holy means separate. So you're supposed to keep it separate from any other day that, that's in the week. Now, you done made Sunday, which is a worship of what? Go ahead.
Sun God. So.
The sun god. So you right back in violation of rule number one.
Right.
Again. You right back at square one. Like this is but like I said, Christians agree with this. They put out movies for the Ten Commandments. They had some Edomite play the role. He and the Lord said, carrying the tablets and all that stuff. They agree with this, but they don't follow it. And we going through it right now, finding out. You know what I'm saying? Now you have like those other like the what you call them, denominations that might like the Jehovah's Witnesses. I think they observe the Sabbath on Saturday, but they got a whole different belief on everything too. But we talking about where the bulk of our people are in the Christian church, and they look down on you. Oh, you don't go to church, or blah 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 this and blah blah that. You a heathen. No, ma'am, you the heathen. You got a big pan of cabbage with ham hocks in it, about to take it to the church and feed everybody abomination. You know what I'm saying? All right. Keep going.
Con out of one con. Verse 9, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. Verse 10, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
All right. Now stop. That says six days shalt thou labor. Now, by us being in captivity, if you have a job, I'm just gonna just explain it, because a lot of people well see we can't observe the Sabbath day because you gotta work, you gotta do this. Of course. If you are an employee of a business company, whatever you want to call it, and they have you scheduled to work, you have to go to work.
Right.
But if you are a business owner and you're an Israelite, you can't have nobody come to work for you. It says no servile work. So you can't have Johnny come fire up the grill and sell your plates on Saturday. You can't have nobody, go do runs or conduct any type of business if you're an employer, if you have your own business. You're supposed to shut your business down. And just like how Chick-fil-A do on the wrong day, because of course they're Christians, and they're Edomite Christians. I'll just put it like that. Chick-fil-A closed on Sunday. A lot of people think that, oh, I'm gonna lose money. I got this to pay for. I got that. I'm gonna lose money. Man, you ever seen a line at Chick-fil-A on a Monday?
Right.
Right. That Saturday night, booming. They closed down on Sunday. Everybody geeking for some lemonade. I like the lemonade too. Everybody itching for some Chick-fil-A. Then Monday morning, you about to get in the wreck on the feeder road of the freeway because the line is all the way outside the establishment, outside the parking lot. They not missing no money. They getting it back. Same thing can happen with your business. Go ahead.
But sir, Salakia, sir, if I may, if we follow God's law and we take a day off, it won't matter because the Lord will bless you, right, sir?
Right, he will. But you got to understand too that following the law, statutes, commandments is just the bare minimum. Like this is what we supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like like when I was talking with your kids earlier, you expect them to make their beds up. You expect them to wash the dishes and take out the trash. That's not no, oh, good job. Let me buy you a car for taking out the trash. No, that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. That's what the law statutes command is. This is the bare minimum. You're supposed to be doing this, and that's why it's a big fight, with us and Christians because we're trying to tell them that we got to get back to the basics. We got to get back to the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been taught to alleviate some of the bare minimum. We've been taught to shortcut God's law. Just like if you told them to make your bed, make their bed, clean up their room, and do all this and do all that, they just put the covers over the bed. They don't tuck them, and they sweep all the trash and put all the junk up under the bed just to make it look like it's clean. That's what the Christian church has taught us as a nation. Just to make it look good on the outside. But to do this right and exact, that is the bare minimum. So it's not a reward for you. I mean, of course, when you do right and do the bare minimum, of course, the Lord gonna look out for you because you're doing what He told. But don't expect nothing just because you're doing the Lord, the will of the Lord. General Muhammad said all the time, this is the bare minimum. Oh yeah, I keep all the law, statutes, commandments. Prime example, the parable of the young rich man when he asked Christ, "What can I do to receive eternal life?" He said, "Well, first, you have to give to the poor. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to follow the law, statutes." Man, I do all that. What else you need me to do? And then he said, "Sell everything." And he was like, "Dang, like I gotta give up something to give him a reward." Then he just walked away like, "Man, I don't know." Same way how our people do, man. I can't have no shrimp po' boy. I be agreeing with y'all on some of this stuff, man, but God, dog, a crawfish ball. I had a brother at my slavery. He was trying to tease me for being an Israelite. But I asked him, it didn't matter if he was playing or not. I asked him, I was like, "So you gonna let a shrimp po' boy sandwich come between you and the Lord?" He said, "Yep." And I was like, I kind of, scooted this way, like, man, if you gonna get him, go on get him. You know what I'm saying? But he said it with a straight face. Yep. And there I knew then that people don't care about doing right by the Lord. All right.
Right.
So where we was at? Okay, now drop down to Drop down to 12.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days might be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
All right.
Verse
Hold
13.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Going on.
It says, honor thy father and thy mother. Now, how do you do that? Go ahead.
By obeying them.
By obeying them. What if they tell you eat a shrimp po' boy sandwich?
Salakia, sir.
Right. You got something?
Slack sir. You don't uncover their nakedness.
Um, well, what if they were sick in bed and you had to change them? All right. Like honor thy mother and thy father means like of course when you growing up you do as you do as you're told. You know, get good grades. You know what I'm saying? Don't cause no trouble. You know, don't get arrested. You know, stuff like that.
Right.
But honoring your mother and your father means, you know, as like how they took care of you when you was a baby,
Right.
or when you couldn't fend for yourself, is the same way you would do them.
Right.
You know, so when you was a baby and you couldn't wipe your own butt or whatever, your parents wiped your butt for you. You couldn't feed yourself, they airplane fed you. So now it's going to be a point in time when the roles switch. Then you're going to have to take care of your parents
Right.
because they're not going to be able to do the things that they used to do. But even if it's going to the store and buying their groceries, or going to pick up their medication, stuff like that. If they call you to ask you to do something, you do it. I ain't gonna do this. Giving them grief and everything.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that. You know, of course, like if it was lawful, of course, obey them. Like, of course, like if you in the truth and your parents, tell you to do something, of course you're gonna obey because they're not gonna tell you to do anything unlawful. So you got to be careful with saying honoring your mother and father is obeying because your mother and father are in the world right now, and then they tell you to do something, that's like they say, well, come on to my birthday party, son. Then what you gonna do? It's a birthday party. Your daddy turning 70 something, all his friends over there, all your old uncles, they finna go over there and talk some noise and come on, son, come on to my birthday party. What are you doing? Go ahead.
I'm gonna do what the Lord say to do, sir.
And what do you say to do?
Don't celebrate birthdays.
Okay. Yeah, we had my mama really wants you at this Christmas party. Mama, she wants you there. She ain't doing so good. She want all her cheering at this Christmas party. What you gonna do?
I'm not gonna go because God come first.
Right.
He's
But what
first.
can you do?
Tell them that I'm not gonna come.
Okay, but what can you do?
I can choose not to go, sir.
Yeah, don't go. But I'm
Right.
saying, what can you like? You can go over there the day after,
Right.
or you can go over there a week before. Hey, Daddy, I just can't come kick it with you a little bit. Sorry I couldn't make it yesterday, but I'm here now, Daddy. You need me to do something. You want me to fix the garage for you, or whatever. That's how you honor your mother and father. You don't make well, of course, then you don't make an embarrassment out of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, every parent wants to, raise their kids up, and when they see their kids all growing up, they want to sit back and be proud, like, man, I raised a good man, or I raised a loving, delicate daughter. Like especially in the truth, you want to sit back one day and like, man, I ain't gonna say toot your own horn, but it's like, man, I raised a very good daughter. She ain't called me talking about she got drunk and got stranded nowhere. She ain't called me, that she got raped, due to her wearing these type of clothes and doing, going against my wishes and sneaking out the house. Or, I raised this man, he done stayed out of jail. He done did this, he done did that. Now he in the truth. Now he up there speaking at camp, or now he's teaching classes. He done got rank raises. She done got a husband that's gonna protect her and treat her just as well as I did. That's the type of things that parents want to see,
Right.
Achieve, with their children. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when it's time for them to take care of them, then the same care comes back.
Right.
All right. But in the Christian church, hey, there be some grandmas out there left to right. All right. They be on that sick and shut in list. All them months, days, months, and years, and all that money she done gave to that church. They couldn't buy one. They couldn't pay for one prescription. Yeah, we just gonna put Sister Betty on the sick and shut in list and just pray for her and let Jesus take the wheel. But she been giving that pastor money since she had a job or was able to work or was bringing money to that. No, we can't pay for that. I got to buy some jet fuel. And we got to work on this children's facility. Man, them bad ass kids don't want that facility. They don't kill. They can kill this. That's what happens, man. All right. Go to 13.
Verse 13, thou shalt not kill.
Stop. Now you would think that Christians will follow this.
Right.
Do they?
Why
Why not?
Because they killing each other in the gangs. They killing each other in the gangs. They be baptized and join gangs, kill each other. It's a because you be born in the church and then you grow up, you a Christian at birth. They raise you up in the church, you go join a gang, then you killing your brother.
All right, now to get some clarity on this scripture, when you transfer this word "kill" from Hebrew, it means "thou shalt not murder."
Murder.
Murder means killing without a cause. All right. Now, you can protect yourself, you can defend yourself, and that person just don't happen to die, then he died. He was messing with you. All right. So it says, "Thou shalt not murder." Now, you said something about gangs. Black on black crime. The KKK. What are they?
Christian.
They Christians too, right?
Right.
But they're not part of the nation that was in the wilderness. But the black Christians love to include everybody that call themselves Christian, because God loves everybody because He created everything, right? So now you got murder associated with Christianity, with the KKK. You got murder associated with Christianity with black on black crime.
Right.
Over a color. Or you stepped on my brand new J's. I just took them out the box. Or you associate Christianity with everything, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what our nation has pretty much been groomed to over the years and over the generations. But there's one more thing you missed. Let's see if you can guess it. Go ahead.
You kill over like crazy stuff like a married couple, they be committing adultery, somebody will kill,
Yeah, domestic issues.
and and people will murder each other in these churches. The Christian people over like stuff like insurance fraud or stuff like that. They do all kinds of crazy stuff in
Right.
the church. So.
Okay, I get all that, but it's one thing that I'm looking for.
Oh,
Go ahead.
abortion.
That is abortion. The Christian church have killed more babies and killed more people than anybody on this earth. You know what I'm saying? They call it. I was looking earlier. They call them pro-choice. Pastors are pro-choice, so they teaching they women in their church. Well, because yeah, we understand the situation that you had. The reason why you ended up being pregnant. You can go ahead. It's your body, it's your choice. That's where the women get that from. Your body, your choice. They get it from the church. Violation. You teaching your congregation to murder just because um how you came about being pregnant. In some situations, it's messed up. You know, and abortion, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Because you got hold on, let me I want to see how many abortions are there a year. I'm gonna use okay. This is good night. In 1980, it was 1.2 million abortions. Yeah, we'll go with that. No, let me make sure I'm gonna get some right. Make sure I'm correct. But yeah. Well, matter of fact, I even be nice and say half of that. Half a million abortions a year. That's a lot of murder. A lot of murder. Baby killers. That's a lot of murder. All right. So violation. Go ahead.
So, is it safe to say that abortion is a form of sacrifice?
For those women.
For those women, sir?
Uh, you can say that in some cases because some of those women be out there being whores and then they end up getting pregnant by a one night stand and they they go get aborted or some of them they so worried about they figure. Well, I don't want my figure to be. I'm an Instagram model. I'm a this. I'm a that. I need to maintain my figure and my shape. That's how I make my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A sacrifice like that, but you know, we not gonna get into that because it's thou shalt not kill, thou
Right,
shalt not
sir.
murder. Period. Violation.
Right.
Now the Christians, they'll agree to this, but they don't follow it. Individuals, well, I ain't never killed nobody, I ain't never did this, I ain't never did that. Most high in Christ. But you fight with us on that corner saying that abortion is wrong, and you throw water at people and you do all type of things. Like I don't know how it was probably a whole bunch of people went out and voted against, for that. All right. Keep going.
Verse 14. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery. Okay. Does the Christian church, you know, observe this one? Go ahead.
Why, sir?
Why not? I mean, we teach that, every man should have they husband. Have a wife. So Christianity, we don't adhere to committing adultery. Go ahead.
Lie, sir, because when a woman is unhappy in the Christian church, she could seek another man.
Good point. So what is abortion according to the Bible?
It's murder, sir.
Salaki, what is adultery according to the
According
Bible? Salaki.
adultery, according to the Bible, sir, is when a man has sex with another man's wife.
Okay. That's for the man.
Oh, and when a man does away with his wife for another woman.
Okay, but you still ain't got to the woman.
When a
When a woman has sex with somebody that's other than her husband.
other than right, sir.
Right.
God, I don't
So is that pretty much is that like policed in
sir.
Christianity? Because what does the pastor tell you if your relationship is not working out? Like if y'all got quarrels and stuff in the relationship.
They 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 tell you to uh to separate. They tell
Yeah,
you to get a divorce.
they tell you to separate. And
Right.
most times, depending on the pastor, he gonna tell you, well, you can find another man.
Right.
And that other man he talking about himself.
Right.
All right. But the whole time, and this happens a lot.
Right.
You can go. What was that last year around November or December when they had that video when they had a video of, I don't know if it was choir rehearsal or a church or whatever it is, and they had a dude sitting like in the I don't know if he was in the front pew or the second pew, and another dude just came around in front and just boom stole off on him,
Man, I didn't see that.
and they got the squabbling in the church. And then I think his name was Don, and then the pastor went, Darnell, y'all stop. You know what I'm saying? Because the pastor knew what was going on. You know how the pastor knew what was going on? Because the woman went and confided into the pastor. So he knew what was going on. And the dude came off, he came around him and stood over him and just boom, hit him. And they got the tussling. It happens all the time. Even like later than that, like people like I think a pastor got shot
Right.
before inside of the church because of that. Go ahead.
Sir, I was just wanting to know, like, if a man is killed in a domestic dispute, and a woman, like, if a woman lures a man into the bed and he don't know that she's married or she have a husband, and the husband find out and kill him, that's like her committing murder, right, sir?
Um, it's a scripture on that. I can't think of it right now. I'm not 100%. Uh, we can call somebody right after class, and I'll get that for you. But it's definitely a scripture on that. Um, because of course, if she didn't tell the brother that was sleeping that she was about to sleep with or whatever that she had a husband, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, she let that man. This me speaking right now until we get the answer.
Right.
But then too is also a scripture that says that I think the rage of a man. Oh God, we'll have to get that out of class
Con, I don't
because
want
I got to definitely put that back in my notes. All right. Now go to 15.
verse 15. Thou shalt not steal.
Say what?
Thou shalt not steal.
Oh, you for real? So, what do that mean? Go ahead.
It mean don't steal, sir.
So that means taking someone's property, without them knowing.
Right.
Good night. You think Christianity follow this?
Sir.
Now, when we talking about Christianity, we talking about Christianity as a whole too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because uh, this government,
Right. Right.
our oppressors, even us.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You think we follow this?
Sir.
And again, you know, for those people that I don't steal, this ain't applying to me. I don't steal. We talking about the nation.
Right.
We talking about the group of people. We talking about what of course, like the so-called religious sect.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So it says, "Thou shalt not steal." I know this is a violation. You got something? Go ahead.
Sir, shoot, a pastor be stealing people. Wives,
Oh yeah.
they steal their congregation money. They man, they just do all kinds of stealing, sir.
Yeah, they take your money. Who was that? That was Creflo Dollar
Right.
that got on there and was saying that he was teaching the laws of tithing all wrong. That he said, well, I've been teaching tithing all wrong, and he said that we don't that they don't have to tithe no more. So my thing is, I say, well, you gonna get all these people their money back? Since you made a mistake, or you gonna give these people their money back? Nope.
No.
Your last name is Dollar. Go ahead.
And they stealing the flock of the Lord. They like leading the flock. That's like stealing, right, sir?
Say that again.
If you leading the flock of the Lord astray, that's like stealing too, sir. Like you stealing the flock of the Lord.
Right.
Right.
Right. You definitely stealing. You know what I'm saying? And you're stealing that person's chance to be right with the Most High.
Right.
Of course, you stealing money. Of course, our people, we steal from each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And whether it's direct or indirect. All right, you have something?
One more thing,
Go
if
ahead.
I may, sir. If I may, sir. When you lie to a person, that takes away their choice to choose.
Hold on,
So,
we're gonna get because that's next.
sorry about
Yeah, matter of fact,
So, like,
you can go ahead and read 16.
this is verse 16. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
So what does thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor? What does that mean?
It, it means don't lie on your brother. Don't tell
Hmm.
lies to your brother. And then like if it's like gossiping, like kind of like talking behind somebody back, and oh, it's slandering somebody, sir.
Right, because that can get you killed.
Right.
It can get you fired. It can get you killed. It can get you beat up. It can get you all type of things. Now, do Christians lie on Christians?
All the time, sir.
All the time. Christians lied on Edomite Christians lied on Israelite Christians for years. You know what I'm saying? I know so many Israelite Christians that are locked up, promising athletes, promising athletes, and were lied on by a Edomite Christian female. Got them locked up, career gone, scholarship gone. Could have been a Hall of Fame NFL player or a Hall of Fame NBA player down the drain because of a Christian lying on another Christian. Emmett Till, Emmett Till, lied on. Then I'm talking about decades later, she come out and say she lied and she's sorry. Sorry, not gonna bring our brother back. And nothing happened to her for lying. You lying on somebody to keep yourself out of jail. That ain't my gun. That's his gun. There's a lot of people locked up for that too. It's a lot of people locked up in jail because you're the driver and that was your car, but your homeboy stuffed the weed up under your seat. But they grew up Christian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They grew up Christian. You even lie in the church too. Whatever lies y'all have that come up in them churches, man, and it's a lot of them. People lying, get people fired, all type of things, man. So this is another violation that Christians don't follow the law. Because here in the I.S.U.P.K, let me go back to 14. It says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Here, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I don't give a damn how pretty your rib is and how physically fit she is. She's ugly
Right.
to me.
Right.
Hey, brother. Hey, what's up, sis? Hi. Most high and Christ. Hey, where your husband at, man? Let me go holler at him. Make sure you can go to the store or whatever. I'm around with you now, sis. Where your husband at? Shalakia. Hey, is she good to ride to the store? You can. I would definitely want you to come. That's how it would. Because we keep here. We keep each other's ribs with at a distance with a 10-foot pole. That's my sister, and I love her to death. We can play cards, dominoes, shoot dice. We can do whatever. We can ha ha kiki. But at the end of the day, if the conversation start going, it ain't going there. It ain't going there. Because one, I love my brother. And then two, I don't want you to be a hoe because I love you. Now, there's some things that you obviously got to go to counsel for, but you're not going to counsel with me because I ain't finna give you the time of day on it. You feel me? Thou shalt not steal. Not gonna happen. I remember we had a cookout here, and a sister lost something. I'm talking about every brother stopped what they was doing and searched the premises for it. Now I'm talking about money. I ain't talking about she lost an earring or something like that. No, she lost her livelihood. She lost her money, her ID, and credit cards and stuff like that. Every brother stopped what they do to look for it because we don't want to steal from you when it's so easy to ask. Thou shalt not bear false witness. See, in here, we go to counsel. So if you bear false witness and lie on another brother or sister, you're going to be held accountable. That's why these law, statutes, and commandments are important. It teaches us how to live and how to operate amongst each other. Now, in the Christian church, like it's so many churches with different beliefs to where you don't know where to go. It's supposed to be one body, but it's like in my neighborhood alone, within like a quarter-mile stretch. I'm gonna just say from 3rd Street to 15th Street is 16 churches in one community, though. So, like, who has the authority? Who's gonna make sure that this community is living right and doing right? You collecting your own tithe money. You collecting your own tithe money. I thought all the tithe money is supposed to be in one place to help everybody else. All right. Go to 17.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy.
Stop. It says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Man, your neighbor got a bad house. They got 2-story, 5-bedroom. He got a man cave in there. Got a pool in the backyard, 2-car garage, 3-car garage, and you want it. You want his house. You don't want something like his. You want his house. Or you want his family. Like he got 2 ribs. You know what I'm saying? He got 4, 5 kids running around. Everybody good. Everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? You want one of his ribs, the house, and he got a truck back there that you want. And you start trying to devise up plans to get it from him. You ain't that's in violation. All right. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. That's why. That's why one church got a G5 jet sitting out there. The other church got a helicopter because you want to be desired by everybody. Not to help nobody. Some of these pastors got 15-bedroom houses, and it's just him, his wife, and probably a daughter or a son. Now, as a leader of a nation or a leader of a people, at least 5 of those rooms should have your congregation in there. Go ahead.
Slacking out of one. That's a 3 to 4 family house. You can just have 3 or
Right.
4 more families move in with you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would call in the I.S.U.P.K a barracks. We would call that a barracks. Commander General YAHANNA don't have a house like that. And if he did, it would be some families in there. That's for sure. But Commander General YAHANNA does have barracks across the nation. He have barracks and all pretty much all these places, man, that we have a school. Got a barracks in Louisiana, got a barracks in Mexico. We got barracks everywhere for families that's in need, you know, for a place to stay. They can stay there. All right. Keep going after that comma.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Like I said earlier, you're ugly.
Right.
You're ugly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If she was a single sister, you know, before my brother married her, oh yeah, she's beautiful. But and if he ended up courting her and marrying her, then oh yeah, girl, get your ugly butt on somewhere.
Right.
I have no more desire for her. And it's crazy. Like here in the school, like if you if a brother find out that you trying to court a sister that he probably was trying to, oh man, you got her, you good. So now they arguing like, no, you go ahead and pursue it. Nah, you go ahead and pursue it. That's brotherhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You shouldn't want your brother's wife. You shouldn't want his house. And what keep going? What it's saying?
Nor his manservant.
Nor his manservant. So if he got, servants, you shouldn't want them either. Get your own. Go ahead.
Nor his maidservant. Nor his ox. Nor his ass. Nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Nor his ox, nor his ass. Now, nor his ox, or his ass. No, these are things like tools. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That that to do work. Like if you ain't got no generator, don't try to borrow his generator and keep it. Get your own generator. Or don't if he got a little old work truck back there, and you let me borrow, let me get the truck. Let me go and get that work truck back there. You ain't using it. That's his truck. If he want to sit back there and collect dust and let grass grow up on it, that's his truck. And you can buy it from him, or you can work out some kind of agreement or a deal to obtain the truck. But don't but don't try to weasel your way into obtaining a truck for your own. All right.
Right.
Uh, what's it? Nor anything that is our neighbors. So don't cut. The word covet means to want or to desire. Like we was talking about his wife. You know what I'm saying? His wife. You know what I'm saying? She cooks. She cleans from like he don't order he don't order fast food or restaurant food ever. Like he always have a hot meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that his rib cooked. And you shouldn't want his wife for that. Yeah, sister, I sure wish you cook for me like that. I sure wish I get some of them oxtails or some of them biscuits from scratch. I sure wish I can get some of that. Nah, get your own rib and hopefully she got some skills in the kitchen to do that for you. All right. I think that's all 10 of them, huh?
Con out of one con.
Yeah, that's all 10. Now let's see if I can get them credit for one that they follow. I don't think I can. Like I don't think I can. Let's see. Definitely can't give them number one. Number two, I can't. It's really kind of hard to. Okay, maybe the man servant or his maid servant.
Nah,
Why you say not?
because if they in business together, they'll try to steal like business with their employees and everything
You
too.
right.
So they'll try to steal the church from them.
You right.
Con out of one
You
con.
right. You right. You right. Man, yeah. Sis, I mean, I like how you a good hostess and you a good this and good that. Go and come work for me. You know what I'm saying? I pay you double. It was like God. At least so none of these like they just really follow like ooh we. That's crazy. Not even golly. Hold on, give me 1 second. But yeah, that's really wild. That thinking about the Christian church, that you would think that they would adhere to some of these, but really looking at them, none of them, none of them. Oh, give me 1 second. All right. Y'all got any questions? Or anything?
I say not.
You sure? Okay.
I
No sweat. Let me get this might be the last one. What's that? Three. Yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there. So as we went through all 10 commandments, we couldn't find one that the Christian church or Christians or Christianity just really just follow. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they know of these things. They agree to them. They'll agree that oh, this is the Mosaic law or the moral law, because all the laws are done away with. Of course, we got the law of Moses for the Ten Commandments, but you don't even follow those. You don't even follow 10. So with that, uh, pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. Uh, this has been the I.S.U.P.K. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And we are led by the amazing Commander Engineer Hunter. I'm going to wrap up the class right there. So I pass the class over to, you can read them. Triple Yakabad for the security announcements. The paper right there.
We are the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'asharat, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. What's the amount you will like? Upcoming holy convocations.
First fruits. First fruits.
Feast of First Fruits starts after the Sabbath of unleavened bread, sundown, Sunday, April 9th, 2023. Count 50 days, celebrate the 50 days, celebrate the 50th day, Monday, May 29th, 2023, start before sundown. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, 10 through 22. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all boots, slakia. Start by wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. This is good announcement.
All right, with that, we're going to Majim, which means to stand. Give a courteous salute to the teacher, then the sisters, men of Israel. Majim Shabbat. Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yazmatat, Saul, basic sisters. Sisters of Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel. Majim Shabbat. Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Bashem Yahushua. Yazmatat, dismiss.